It is my joy to share with you as we embark upon the month of August and this special event for Romans 8 and 28. Elder Macklin has done a phenomenal job in gathering the people together to talk about this specific scripture. For we know that all things work together for those who love God and for those that are called according to his purpose. And when things start working together and when things are united, the scripture tells us that a tread or a threading of three is hard to destroy. The power of unity, the power of oneness. And it's done through love and obedience. It's done because we love God, and not just because we love God, but we are called. What does it really mean to be called? I remember when I was a young girl and there were things that sometimes I did not want to do, and my mother would call me and say, "Val, I need for you to come and wash these dishes." And I would act like sometimes I did not hear her because I really did not want to do what she had instructed me to do. And she would call the first time, and I continued to do what I was doing, and I would answer because, you know, if you didn't answer, you were in really big trouble. And I'd say, "I'll be right there. I'll be right there." And then she'd wait a little while, and she would call a second time. And she'd say, "Val, I need for you to come in here and clean this kitchen." And I said, "Mom, I'm coming. Just let me finish a couple things." And I was hoping that one of my other brothers or my sister would step in and go on and handle, taking care of the kitchen. But I should have known better. But when she called the third time, she would call not only with intensity, but she would call with a little power behind her voice. Needless to say, I got up right then. And when she said, "I'm not going to tell you again to come and clean this kitchen," you knew it was serious business. Why did she want to ensure that the environment was clean and wholesome? Because she knew that in a home that had love and had passion and had a friendliness, we had a really friendly home. You could walk in there anytime, and she wanted people to come in, and they weren't visitors when they came in. They were just part of the environment. So she always wanted to have a clean and healthy environment. And we loved always going home. Even sometimes when we would go away to college and come back, we looked forward to going home because we loved the environment. And because we loved the environment, we did things that, families do. You laugh together, you talk together, you have fellowship together. Well, this scripture kind of reminds me of that. When you love God, you will do things sometimes that you would not normally do. And even though you may go through a little testing and trials, and the Lord may have to call you once or twice, and in some cases he's called people 3 and 4 times. And I can tell you, I got a brother, he probably called 10 times. But at the becking of God, the love overshadowed your will. The love overshadowed his will, and it became what is God's will for my life. And when you love God, you think about what is God's will for my life. And when he has called you, you learn how to answer and respond to the call. It may not always be convenient to answer the call, but you answer because of love. You answer because you know that the steps of a good man or a good woman are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in them. See, that's a great word right there, delight. You want God to receive not only your actions that you are doing for kingdom or ministry, but you want him to delight in what you do. You want God to get excited about the fact that you're on the team and that you are part of making ministry happen. You are part of making thy kingdom come, thy will be done, not just on earth, but on earth as it is in heaven. So as we talk about this scripture in Romans, and we understand that we are called, we're not just called, but we're called with a purpose. And we're called with a principle. And we're called out in order for God to get the glory. It's not about us. It's not about anyone individually. It's about the glory of the Lord. So after that third call of Mother Daniels, I knew that I had to get into the space where I belong. And I'm going to say this to you today. After the Lord calls you and you know that he has a place for you, go and find out what you can do to make things right or to make things better. Because the race is not given to the swift, neither is the battle given to the strong, but it's given to the one that endureth to the end. And see, God knows those that love him will endure. Those that love him will stay there in the midst of whatever storm can arise. Those that love God will abide under the shadow of his wing or his protection, knowing that he's going to bring you through every storm and every trial and every situation. And I'm getting happy right now just thinking about the fact that not only am I called, but my calling has a purpose. When God has anointed you for a purpose, when God has anointed you for a certain plan, walk in your plan. You don't have to walk in anybody else's plan because God has designed a pathway for you. See, there's a way that seemeth right unto man. And sometimes we think that's the way we should take. But there's destruction at the end of our way. But there's peace and harmony and there's love at the end of God's way. So I encourage you, as we experience this great Romans 8 and 28 day, it is so impactful. It's going to be so powerful when all the believers unite and we're all saying, yes, we love God. Yes, we're going to walk after the divine will and the divine way of God. Yes, we're going to unite in a way that's really, I guess, kind of unique during these seasons and these times to really understand that it's all about God and never about us. I encourage you to join with me every Tuesday night on Power to Win as we continue to talk about how to love God and how to be anointed and called and walk in your purpose. I'm closing with this statement. You have the power to win. Continue to love God and continue to be anointed. God bless you, Brother Aaron, and I look forward to hearing the wonderful praise reports that will come from this wonderful day of celebration. It is my prayer that God will bless you to be extremely successful in your initiative. God bless you until I see you again.